Hello, welcome to CLSP Politics. Sean Briscoe speaking. So we're doing Kansas. Now, very reliably red state, right? Not something we've heard a lot about over the years as far as Democrats doing anything really interesting here. But Kansas has got a lot of weird stuff happening in it. So it's red. Like you can see that western half, some of those really dark counties, that's 30% Democrat, 70% Republican. I mean, that is red. Now, of course, there aren't that many people living out there in rural Kansas because, people just spread out. The density when you get into Kansas City and stuff like that, much, much higher. Because you can see how the eastern half of the state has a lot more white counties, like as in just 50-50 counties or light red counties. And then, of course, then you have the blueberries that are out there as well. And Kansas has some weird stuff working in it right now that the Republicans are really, really frightened of. First off, the tariffs. Kansas is a rural agriculture state in the Midwest. I mean, it literally is the Midwest. And if you're a farmer, and there's a reason that the Republicans threw that $12 billion whatever to farmers. It's $12 billion is nothing. They've cost the farmers over $100 billion. So 12 billion is kind of a 12% of a joke of a donation. It's like 150,000 at the most per farm. That's like fuel cost maybe for a farm. These farms, I mean, for them to run their machines or even just to pay for their seeds, which by the way have like tripled in price over the last decade. They got problems, right? There's no market for their goods because of Republicans and the Trump administration. They can't fix their own equipment because of the right to repair problems they've been having with, John Deere and things of that nature. Kansas got problems on the agriculture side, and it's an agriculture state. Then you have the healthcare issue. Now, what the Republicans are really freaking out about right now, specifically, they've been, they're just like, we have to do something about the ACA. Like, they've been trying to kill it for the last 15 years, and now they're running around trying to figure out what they're going to do because they don't have a plan. Their plans are like health savings account. That's a joke. It's a band-aid on a bullet wound. That's not going to do anything. It's barely a good talking point, really. No, they've got real problems in rural America, generally speaking, when it comes to healthcare. Because the vast majority of the hospitals that are going to close down, I mean completely shut down, are rural hospitals. They're just going to shut down. There's really nothing that's going to keep them open. And the ones that do stay open, the very few, like Kentucky, Kansas, Louisiana, Arkansas, these are the states that are really, really going to be hit by this. Alabama, Mississippi. I mean, I've did a whole show on the healthcare system and what the cuts are going to look like. I'm probably going to do another show on it because there's a lot of people that might be interested, in kind of a review of what that really does look like. It's huge. It's really, really big. And it's going to affect all of those deep, deep, dark red counties where you were driving an hour to a hospital. And keep in mind, an hour when you're having a heart attack is usually the difference between life and death. Permanent damage to your heart. If you got to drive from an hour to 3 hours to the hospital, that's game over. And demographically, Kansas is really not that young of a state. So there's a lot of older people that are living in that rural part of Kansas. And they're the ones that are going to statistically have more health issues. So this is a huge, huge deal. Those agriculture and healthcare is going to be huge on Kansas, So that's what we're looking. That's their problem. That's the GOP problem in this state. And you've got a pretty diverse, for as red it is as it is in West Kansas, it's much more diverse than you would think. So there are individuals and people out there that are going to be directly affected by this. And I think it's almost a perfect storm. Real quick, like and subscribe. You can go to my website if you're running for office and you could use some general consulting or just some pointers. I'm happy to talk to just about anybody. You can email me at sean@clsvpolitics.com. I check my emails. I'm also on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack. If you'd like to donate to the page, you can go to my PayPal, which is PayPal at CLSP Politics, and the link is on my YouTube. Or you can go to Substack and you can just become a contributing member, monthly contributing member for a cup of coffee on my Substack. So that's ways you can support this channel. All right. These are the candidates that have filed in Kansas. And when you look at the money raised, it's kind of interesting. You've got, the two Republicans there. There's 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats that have raised any money at all. Steve Marshall has $500,000 debt free. Then Jared Hudson, the other Republican, minor debt, $34,000, probably just startup costs that he put on his, that he loaned to him the campaign. He can get that back pretty easy. Then you got Rodney Walker, who's obviously self-financing. He loaned himself the money to start his campaign, and that's a good chunk of change, over $250,000. And then you look at the Democrats, you see Dakari Lariat. Sorry if I'm destroying your name. I apologize. Self-financed, does have cash on hand, and is running a race. It's a big piece of real estate in Kansas. You're getting a lot more than that. This is all early money and kind of startup money. So this is kind of what you expect to see. Kyle's Sweetster, also self-financing a little bit. Not a lot of cash on hand, which means he probably used that money to get his website and all of. There's so many things that you've got to do to get your campaign started, especially at this level. That's obviously what he did. And then you have Mark Wheeler, who is obviously running more of a grassroots kind of program, and we'll have to see how he does moving forward. But this is a heavy lift for Democrats. But you do have all that stuff that I talked about earlier in this video working for it. So, this is a seat that, it's a heavy Republican state. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Again, if you want to support me, you can go to my PayPal at CLSB Politics, or you can become a subscribing member of my Substack, all of which is very appreciated. All right, everybody. Hope everyone has a great day. It's getting to the holidays. I'm going to have shows that are going to go right through the holidays. So I'll see you guys all next week.